To run race 2 at Flemington. Gates are back and Black Caviar jumped away well, and so did Quassa and White Pegasus out wider. Bensky must have been a bit slow, and as keeper was Amathon being trailed further back then by White Pegasus running about a bit, and then the stablemates together. Kaskura on the outside of Karuba. Comanage Close a fair way back. Rockaloft is a distant second last, and a very long last is Bensky. Black Caviar took over the running before the 300 from Quassa. Amathon running on, and then Take the Rap, and further back in the field then was Kaskura, but Black Caviar's opening right up and living up to the very good trial. She's sprinting away for Jared Noski, and in the run home, Black Caviar won it by 4 to Quassa. Take the Rap a neck away third. Amathon ran fourth, and just behind those was Kaskura, followed by Comanage Close far too fast, and then came Karuba along. Racing in the blue sapphire. Gee, Black Caviar didn't jump all that well. She seemed to skew F a little bit at the start. Quiet's Carrara away quickly from Take the Rap and Point Pain. Black Caviar eased into clear galloping room out deeper on the course and is going up near to the pace. They're followed then by Demerit and Connemara Bay getting up on the inside. Point Pain, after showing pace, has drifted back a little bit, and they were followed by Reid on, and then came Black Gull back at the end with Leritier. Well, Black Caviar scooted around the field and took over the running by 2 lengths to Quietzer. Carrara next on the inside, 600 to go from Take the Rap and Demerit. 2 lengths to Connemara Bay, being followed by Point Pain. Then Leritier starting to make a little ground from Reid on and Black Gold. Black Caviar under a hole, led by a length and a half. Quiet's and Nicolet staying second. Carrara the rail from Demerit, and then Take the Rap and a break to Point Pain. But she looked to be cruising in the early part of the straight, Black Caviar. She's 3 lengths in front and did it very, very comfortably. Shaken up now by Noski. She put 4 lengths on them. Demerit's running on okay, followed on the rails by Carrara, but she's just as impressive here at Caulfield. Black Caviar under a hole, won it by 5 lengths. Demerit second, a half head to Carrara, and then Take the Rap followed.
Pace will carry them too, but when she put those horses away at a second start, and some of the jockeys that rode in that race, older experienced jockeys, came back and they were just gobsmacked that this horse had made theirs look second rate. You know, I started to...
We see the return of Black Caviar. There's the totes on your screen. 110, 110, 120, 120 on course. Now he's the best in the yard was...
Gates are back and they're away. Black Caviar was probably the worst out, and Noesis jumped brilliantly. Now Black Caviar moved up within a length of the front runner, and in behind Bell by the school, about 5 lengths covering the field at the most. 550 metres to go. Noesis by about a head only now to Black Caviar, and Absolute Faith has moved up trying to make a line of 3. Miraculous Miss in behind them with Orbiting Bell. 3 lengths cover them only now, and it's Noesis joined by Black Caviar, and Nolan sitting pretty quietly on the hot favourite as she takes over the running. Miraculous Miss getting up on the inside into 3rd placing, but Black Caviar opened up 3 lengths around the turn from Noesis. Miraculous Miss running on fairly well, but Black Caviar is all class, and she coached down to keep the perfect record by about 4 lengths on the line. Miraculous Miss just second ahead of Orbiting Bell, and just behind those...
We are in a candidate to keep her unbeaten record intact. Not very often you hear a crowd clap here at Moonee Valley, especially in race 1, but they cheered her home, clapped her home from about...
Probably what she did yesterday is fairly inconclusive, but the form around her first 2 wins is fantastic, and I think she's the best filly in the country, I'd say.
All right, well, she might get further. What do you think, Reid?
Look, I think she's an absolute star. An absolute star. I love her attitude.
Sprinter?
I love the way she just...
Miler?
Oh, she's a sprinter. Look, as far as...
I still can't believe that. And one with a, a head, being eased down for by 5. Second win, 6. Third wing, 4. She hasn't jumped cleanly any of them yet. And as you've...
Caviar runners moving up here. Let's go to Greg Miles for the Danehill.
All eyes will be on stall number 2 here. That's where Black Caviar is drawn. She's looked at that. Racing now. Oh, Black Caviar really knuckled. She began terribly down in gate number 2 today. Let's see if she recovers quickly enough. Rarefied was away well with Corsair. Also jumping just in behind them is Wanted as they come towards the 600 metre mark. And they were being followed. Telda Spree buried away on the rail. Rarefied between horses, and further back is Extra Zero and Delago Bolt at the tail of the field. Black Caviar joins the course proper narrowly in front of Corsair. They're being followed Grand Harmony, who's ridden along. Wanted just behind the leader. Point Pain on the rail. Rarefied working into the clear. Extra Zero is next. Black Caviar at the 200, led by a length and a half. Wanted and Corsair, and then Rarefied out wider. And further back is Telda Spree starting to hit the line. Black Caviar in front. Wanted coming off her back. Black Caviar 3/4 in front. Black Caviar, she wins again. Black Caviar has won it from Wanted. Might be rarefied third. Delago Bolt got home and Toller's home.
Job done. Questions asked. Some answered. Some still to come. We'll show you the start shortly. Moody gets the best result in the race. The favourite home. His Acquisition runs second. Not dominant, but that might be explain what's happened at the start. But she's got the job done, and I'm sure. Well, what happens? Gate opens, and she scrambles front and back. Now have a look again, Shane. And
Well, that's the worst one yet so far.
that's what's happened to her.
Yeah, look, she's just going to have to correct.
Scrambled and just hope she hasn't hurt herself. You know, that's always a concern. She looked like she went front and back, and she went along the ground for about 20 yards. So hopefully we've still got a horse.
We can't go Bolt 4 out of 4. I don't know. Sometimes we're hard to please. Ran 1.996, quicker than the open sprinters later in the day. Perhaps we expected her to win by a gap. Out in 36.3 and a dash home. That suited her. Now this morning, $1 should go through unbeaten. So you just roll this around. $1.40
You're getting a leg
into
up
the
tonight.
William Reid, and she's $5 now for the Newmarket. If she wins tonight, I don't know, it'd be a huge slash in price because you talk to Peter when you get him in the chair here and find out where she's heading.
And Black Caviar's out to $1.50 from $1.40. Here the Angels back into this to date, and this is her first big step up as a 3-year-old filly at weight for age.
Doesn't he look well, Rocket too? Just
Racing at the 1200 metres, a beautiful start. Here the Angels, the first to show. Black Caviar goes with him. And 650 metres left to go now. Here the Angels at a steady tempo, led by a half. Black Caviar capped on his outside. Royal Ida 3 deep, the trip. La Rocket's on the fence. Ferocia is last. Here the Angels has it by a half. Black Caviar. Neither riders asked for the big run yet. La Rocket in behind them. Royal Ida niggled fourth. Last Ferocia. Now Black Caviar's let go by Nolan. And she quickly raced up to Here the Angels. Got almost a length in front of him. Sprinted away around the home turn. Then came La Rocket and Royal Ida. But it's Black Caviar by 2 lengths. Here the Angels can't answer this super filly who races away to make it 5 out of 5. What a star. Black Caviar 2.5. Here the Angels. La Rocket a length and 3/4 third. Royal Ida ran 4.
She's got out to $1.70 on track. I don't think anyone would have believed that. And you heard Peter Moody. She has got whips and whips of improvement left in her. She was a grade above. Here the Angels tried to go.
Angels, but this is all class. I know there's no depth in this right there, Terry, but she's she finds 2 or 3 lengths improvement at her next start.
Well, she's going to do that
William
easily.
Reid. She's
She'll
going to
do
go
that
around
easily.
even money. That $7 is now looking pretty handy because you might end up going around $7 in the Newmarket.
Yeah, look, what a filly. She's got that unique ability to have a high cruising speed and relax at the same time to conserve energy. And when she accelerates, she puts paid to opposition. She reminds me of, fillies like, Miss Andretti and Alingi. And even Special, the great Special. And look, she's right up there with them fillies in my...
Turn here, Black Caviar. Here's the tote call for the running of the Schillaci Stakes. $1.70, $1.80, $1.60. Yeah, she looks lovely and relaxed. Still got Tony.
Valley Dreamer's the outsider, 150 to 1. Black Caviar open 170. Now she peaked at 190. She's now into 180. She's the best back. Clear-cut favourite and will be our Sportingbet market move.
The King. Now, ready, racing. Black Caviar away very well. Winter King out brilliantly. And also Mick can kick through. She retains the rails, can nearly go through and join the leader. They're followed then by wide out. Tully Dreamer on the move, and he really pours the pressure into the race here out wide going to the front. Micmac is up there 4th and First Command 5th out wider. Star Witness well back on the rail when they cornered, and then Good Control and General Truce. Black Caviar boots up on the inside, goes to the lead. As they corner, she slips away under a hold. Hurley. Black Caviar opened up 3 lengths on Winter King. Tully Dreamer was gone. First Command Micmac running on General Truce down the outside. But it is Black Caviar well clear with 100 metres to go. 3 or 4 on Winter King, and Black Caviar back as brilliant as she left. Won it by 2, eased up. Winter King 2nd, General Truce 2.5 3rd. Star Witness got home nicely. A break in the field then to Micmac, followed in there by...
If Haylist, awesome there. Between the 600 and 400, she ran 10.71, 400, 200, 10.61. That's where she beats them. Awesome sprinting mare.
To the punters, it's the Black Caviar v nothing. We've heard about all the early money bet on it, Bruce. They put it up $1.50 here on track, and they just said, let us at it, and it's into 140.
Right.
I remember that day at Flemington. I stood in. Oh, beauty.
Well, the start. Racing Perfect start. Black Caviar not brilliantly away. She needs to muster because there's pressure right on here. Trooper sways in away very fast, looking for the lead from his outside barrier. He crossed over, he had it, and settling down 2 lengths away, Black Caviar second, Hot Caviar. Then a length away, Eagle Falls, and stands out last of the half dozen. Trooper sways in at the 600 metres, tries to steady up after using a lot of gas to find the lead. Now moving up just about level on the outside is the hot favourite, Black Caviar. Melito's got the third and Pockets Hot Danish. Stands out, whipped around the outside, trying to get himself in with a show. Eagle Falls left behind, but Black Caviar took Trooper Swazen and dashed for the lead. Going for 7 straight, and the favourite went away by 3 lengths now. They're not making impression on her. Black Caviar well away from Trooper Swazen. Hot Danish is boxing on well, but it is all Black Caviar. 7 straight. She's cantered home by 5 lengths. Hot Danish second, Trooper Swazen third. Again, he doesn't miss a place at the Valley. Just behind them, Melito battled away late with Eagle Falls warming up. Stands out, dropped out to run last.
Well, what a star she is. We look forward to Flemington in the clash there with Haylist, and you can say forward to Flemington in the clash there with Haylist, and you can savour what might be. But look at that today. They tried to put pressure on early. They didn't bring her undone, and she's won ease down, throttle down, and wins in a...
Oh, that's embarrassing. That is exciting. She's a big hulking mare. He's a big hulking sprinter. I'm talking about Haylist. I suppose you can try and draw $2.10 Haylist, $1.75 Black Caviar for the Patinack, but let's just talk about her. She's just awesome.
That was certainly awesome yesterday because
Other elite sprinters. I mean, with Black Caviar, she hasn't been beaten, so we don't know if there's a chink in the armour there. I mean, does she finally? Don't know. Haylist, well, we haven't seen the bottom of him. It's going to be some race, isn't it?
out on the ground yesterday with the troops, everywhere you went, that's all everyone was talking about.
And it's great. Don't take anything away from Black Caviar. That was a sprinting performance, the likes of which I haven't seen this season. I thought I'd seen it all this season with Haylist. I don't think Haylist would have got within lengths of her yesterday if they'd have run yesterday together. So, you know, even at his best, he might not be, you know, if you both at their best, she was better yesterday.
Gun sprinter Haylist was today cleared by Racing Victoria's vets, setting up a much-anticipated match race with fellow superstar Black Caviar. And such is the...
Currently $1.65, Haylist 3.
Unbeaten, might just be the best sprinting mare I've seen. She can...
Group 1 class mares look like Hamilton Maidens. Look, she's, as you know, unbeaten 7 from 7. She's running these freak times being eased up. Look, there's a live chance she's too good for them, which makes her the best in the world.
Well, hey? Don't worry too much about the drift here on track. The Sportingbet market mover is the mighty mare, number 6, Black Caviar.
Racing. Black Caviar jumps pretty well near the outside. Haylist seemed to jump out okay. Melito, one of the first to show in the early stages, but it's Eagle Falls up the middle of the track who has the lead. Black Caviar's out deep in second placing. Haylist just off them with Melito. Star Witness stalking Black Caviar. Hortensia second last. All silent last of all. So they go past the 800 metres and it's now Black Caviar out wide. Eagle Falls close to the middle. Haylist between them. So the two favourites are right up there. Melito tracking them. Star Witness still right behind Black Caviar, followed by Hortensia and All Silent. Coming down to the 400 metre mark now, and Black Caviar the narrow leader. Schofield getting a little busy on Haylist. Star Witness peels over the heels of the mare. He's a big danger. Melito's putting in a run. Black Caviar still the leader. Mellum hasn't really moved on her. She's 2 in front. Star Witness second. Haylist can't go on. Hortensia runs on. Black Caviar though holds Star Witness at bay. She's unbeaten 8 out of 8. What a champion she is. Black Caviar beat Star Witness by 3.5 lengths. Hortensia third, All Silent 4. Back behind them is Melito. Haylist, well, he's a lot better than that, folks. So he really weakened out of it. He's second last, and Eagle Falls last home. Great to watch. Great to see a champion in full flight. That's what we've seen. She's never been beaten. 8 for 8. And she's lifted Ben Mellum onto the main stage.
Freakish, isn't she? Absolutely freakish. And for Mellum, young Ben Mellum, what a beautiful
quality lot of horses, and it's simply awesome, wasn't she? It was amazing, you know. I've got the pleasure of being very closely involved, but I think it'd make the hair stand up in the back of anyone's neck.
She looks like she's absolutely cantering. Looks like she's doing it at half pace. Then they put up the time. She's run 1:07.08. 0.96, so she's broken 1.8. The course record here on a lightning fast track is 17.16.
With a tailwind, that day.
With a tailwind held by a glacier. And she's done it comfortably. She's absolutely murdered some very good horses. I just can't say enough about this mare.
We are a believer now. Black Caviar. What a superstar she could be.
Well, I said she was the best sprinting mare I've ever seen. If she keeps going the way she's going, we might be able to drop the mare off. But
Into the plain stuff, isn't she?
She's like a Ferrari, mate. Yeah, she's something special.
Sprinters along with Takeover Target, of course, but she's the best I've seen.
We rang Pat Hyland at home. Now, Pat Hyland rode the great Vane. He won't hear of any sprinter being better than Vane. You know, when the Haruba, he said yesterday from his home, she is clearly the best sprinter I've seen since Vane. So the accolades are rolling in.
Oh, shit, there isn't it?
A classic Black Caviar putting on one of the greatest displays we've ever seen down the Flemington Straight. And she is now, Ronnie Duffsey, the world's highest ranked sprinter as a result.
And deservedly so, Joe. What a carnival. Just when you think that Caviar is just a superstar, she beat up, you analysed that field yesterday, and she beat up one of the hottest sprint fields ever assembled and made them look like maideners. She is a champion.
Well, they are about to go in the Group 1 Coolmore Lightning Stakes, first leg of the Global Sprint Challenge. Whose camp you're in? The flags are out. Black Caviar and Haylist. There's plenty of them out there with the Patinack. And at $5.70 about Haylist.
Has eased out to $5. It's $1.50 earlier in the week. It opened up at $1.28. It's eased to $1.30. It's already been confirmed by Jerry Walsh as the Sportingbet market.
And Black, they're off and racing. And Black Caviar jumped away very nicely. So too True Persuasion. Haylist got away all right. King Pulse eased in behind them. Leapfrog jumped away all right and is showing some speed, and Warm Love's gone through and settling fully. Warm Love has it narrowly with Black Caviar. Leapfrog and the Bright Pink close to the inside, trailed by Crystal Lily, Grandules. Haylist is right on the outside of Black Caviar. There's probably only 3/4 between these two, and then True Persuasion and King Pulse and Toddlesbury bring up the rear. 400 left to go now. Black Caviar, she's gone to the lead. Haylist only 3/4 away, staying on with her. They've beaten off Warm Love and then True Persuasion, but Black Caviar at the 200 metres. The crowd starts to applaud already. She's gone 3 lengths in front. Haylist can't go on. A good battle for third, but this is why she's rated the best in the world. Have a good look at this. Black Caviar is going to be eased down to a canter. Scored by 4 to Haylist. Warm Love stayed on for third. Crystal Lily and Grandules trailed by outside of Black Caviar. There's probably only 3/4 between these two, and then True Persuasion and King Pulse and Toddlesbury bring up the rear. 400 left to go now. Black Caviar, she's gone to the lead. Haylist only 3/4 away, staying on with her. They've beaten off Warm Love and then True Persuasion, but Black Caviar at the 200 metres. The crowd starts to applaud already. She's gone 3 lengths in front. Haylist can't go on. A good battle for third, but this is why she's rated the best in the world. Have a good look at this. Black Caviar is going to be eased down to a canter. Scored by 4 to Haylist. Warm Love stayed on for third. Crystal Lily and Grandules trailed by True Persuasion, King Pulse, Leapfrog and Toddlesbury.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. An astonishing performance for a Group 1 sprinter to blow away a field like that, make them look absolutely second rate, throttle down to win in first gear by the end of it. Embarrassing. Unbelievable performance. She's the world's best. Take her anywhere.
Look, run of the day, as we like to start, outside of her, and the best racetrack performance I've seen since Martin Power's astonishing Caulfield Cup win in world record time. I went with...
Wasn't it Mark
Target Manicato, but you'd certainly be mentioning her in the same breath, I'd say. The ability that she's got, that she can make good horses look like they're hacks chasing her.
Outstanding sprinter, probably the best I've seen. And I got to say, I never built that up as a match race. I never thought it was a match race. I never thought anything could get within 5 lengths of her. They actually did get within 5 lengths of her, but they shouldn't have. If he'd actually ridden it to the line, they wouldn't have got within 6 or 8 of her. Oh, fantastic.
For the day, Black Caviar, because she's gone to all lengths to prove that she is a Black Caviar fan. And
Taken these short odds about the horse before.
9 times in their first 9 starts in a city track, Grand Flaneur. That's before Shane Mollison, Eyeliner and Rancher. The shortest price favourite, Burnber, $1.44. She's $1.30. There are some other flags today too. I've seen some Star Witness flags today. Well, good on them.
Today it's Black Caviar. She opened up $1.18. Thank you. and has just eased out to $1.20.
World references, perhaps Silent Witness winning his first 17 in Hong Kong. She hasn't been able to get to that level yet, only because she hasn't tried.
Can she be beaten? In a word, no. I think she...
They're set. Racing in the Newmarket. Black Caviar gets a nice getaway. So did Beaded and King Pulse. Crystal Lily jumped well near the inside. Response Grandules just off the early pacemakers. Eagle Falls went out towards the rear and Chasm as well back, and Hinchinbrook's about the middle of the pack. Crystal Lily up the middle of the course has the lead in the early stages. She's a couple clear. Black Caviar in clear galloping room is behind her with Grandules on the outside. King Pulse not far away, close to the inside in company with Star Witness. Behind them, Hinchinbrook. They're being followed then closely by Beaded. Snapparazzi well back, trailed by Response. At the end is Eagle Falls and Chasm. Black Caviar with a share of the lead coming to the 400. Crystal Lily on her inside, followed by King Pulse. Then came Beaded and Star Witness at the 300 metres now. And Black Caviar is coasting. Kicks away 2 to 3 lengths on Crystal Lily. King Pulse Beaded is coming home. Black Caviar away by 4 lengths with 150 metres to go. This is unprecedented. 10 straight. Black Caviar by 4, Crystal Lily and Beaded. But she is unparalleled. Black Caviar, perfect. 3 lengths, Crystal Lily. Beaded is third, and then Response and Hinch.
Nobody down. Nadia Comaneci like the perfect 10 and never in doubt. She's a superstar. A big crowd came to see her, and she delivers exact things.
Is it ever? And she's run 17.36, last 600 in 32.67. And I still don't think we've got to the bottom of it, Michelle.
For the fastest Newmarket Handicap ever run. She broke Miss Moneypenny's race record. And again, she did it with ease of effort. She's been beating horses at set weights, weight for age, and done it very easily. Today, she had to give a lot of weight to some very good horses, and she has beaten them just as easily. And I think that's become redundant today. She's gone beyond that. As I said, she's given weight and beaten them by a big margin.
So she become the highest rated sprinter ever?
She already has. Oasis Dream, the highest rated. We've got to start talking about new things now. The highest rating for a mare is Goldakova, 130, Zenyatta, 128. I think she'll be every bit of 130, and no doubt.
What can you say? Yesterday, all about Black Caviar, wasn't it? Near 10 seconds flat, 600 to the 400. Overall time, 173. Barely touched, astonishing with you demoralised.
One record that I reckon is the most important is she ran the fastest Newmarket ever. Now, conditions were perfect, but they weren't extreme. You know, you can get a big tailwind and a rock-hard track. They weren't like that yesterday. They were just perfect conditions. And I've never seen a horse who can stay on the bit for as long as she can, at the pace that she can, that I've never seen before.
Over 10,000 people were there at Moonee Valley. The grandstands were packed. The atmosphere was unbelievable. And at about the 600 metres, the whole crowd had their hearts in their mouths. We are talking, of course, of the Group 1 William Reid Stakes.
Racing. Black Caviar out fairly. Crystal Lily away brilliantly, finding the lead in the early part. Moving to second, True Persuasion from Black Caviar on the outside of 800 left to go. A length, True Persuasion. Black Caviar now moving up a little closer on the outside. Daz marking the fence. Then Master Harry, and he's being followed Hinchinbrook second last, and Perturbo. It is Crystal Lily at the 600 metres. True Persuasion on the outside. 3/4 now to Black Caviar. She's right there within striking range. Nolan's pushing and urging her along at this point, and she's now gone up, and she's taken over the run. So the Black Flash, Black Caviar kicks away a length and a half in front from Crystal Lily, True Persuasion, a long break Hinchinbrook, but Black Caviar away now by 3 lengths. Crystal Lily stays on strongly, but she is unbeaten and still the indisputed champion of the world. Black Caviar by 2 lengths eased up. Crystal Lily second, Hinchinbrook third. Then Perturbo, True Persuasion, Daz Mark Persuasion.
Maxi Div, $1.10, but thanks to our great supporters at Sportingbet.
Sprinter, but she's now rated the world's best racehorse.
Those ratings came out on Friday morning. Black Caviar 1 and So You Think 2 at the moment around the...
Come into the mounting yard and you can see jockeys lined up to get a glimpse of her kids. So many people.
Black Caviar, and she's in the parade ring as we speak, and it's great for $18. Shootout. $16 out into $1.12. Alberta 61.
Just getting legged aboard there and pretty looking relaxed, as does this mare. She
100 to 1 price it's been. Number 4, they bet 200 to 1. It's now 150.
And they're set, they're off and racing. Black Caviar jumped a touch awkwardly. She's about third or fourth settling down. Haylist went up on the outside and hit the front. And led from Crystal Lily. Black Caviar going through in the centre. Shell Scrape on there and back last of all silent. It's Haylist in front at the 800. He went over onto the rail and led by a length and a half. In second spot is Crystal Lily. Black Caviar running third. And Shell Scrape on the outside of it. Hinchinbrook back fifth on the rail. Then Alberta in the centre, followed by Shootout, Triple Honour. Responses and travelling all that well. Demerit over on the fence, and last of all as they make the turn is All Silent. Running for home, and Haylist the leader. He's about 2 or 3 lengths in front of Crystal Lily. Black Caviar has pulled to the centre of the track, but he's giving Haylist, or she's giving Haylist about 4 or 5. And then came Hinchinbrook. It's Haylist in front, Black Caviar. She's starting to knuckle down to the task now. Here she comes, Black Caviar. She raced up and hit the lead. And the Black Caviar, the best in the world, races away and wins it by about 3 lengths to the roar of the crowd. Haylist got second, possibly Alberta. He's about 2 or 3 lengths in front of Crystal Lily. Black Caviar has pulled to the centre of the track, but he's giving Haylist, or she's giving Haylist about 4 or 5. And then came Hinchinbrook. It's Haylist in front, Black Caviar. She's starting to knuckle down to the task now. Here she comes, Black Caviar. She raced up and hit the lead. And the Black Caviar, the best in the world, races away and wins it by about 3 lengths to the roar of the crowd. Haylist got second, possibly Alberta third from Triple Honour and Hinchinbrook, and then came Lily, and then came All Silent, Shootout, followed by Demerit, and last in was Shell Scrape.
Black Caviar, 12 from 12. She's done what we hoped she would do. She's come here and she's blown them away. There was a little bit of huff.
You know, I don't think it's any small task to be running him down. He's a super horse, but I'm just fortunate that I've got a superstar.
$1.30 maxi div. Thanks very much. Met a punter yesterday. You just a shabby 1.65 million in. Flew in from Singapore and put 1.65 down. We got the maxi div, $1.30. 12 in a row. First time a horse has done that in Australian racing. 5 Group 1s in a row. I like 12 in a row. All these sorts of things, but it's more
be said about this great man.
Nothing more can be said. It's just been a privilege to be out there today, and
They had the right track, they had the right weather, they had the right horses there. They got the champion saluting. She delivered again. Even then, when she was, I enjoyed the race because she was under pressure for a while, and we don't see that a lot. You know, that's the longest I think I've seen her under pressure in a race, because Haylist did a wonderful job of dragging her off the bit early. It was good tactics and a good plan. Didn't come off because she's a freak, but
thought he had him at his best to beat her. He's just run into a once-in-a-lifetime horse. He's my once-in-a-lifetime horse, and I'm getting beaten by another once-in-a-lifetime horse. So it's
that was
a bit
proven.
of bad luck.
They say the definition of a champion is a horse that can beat good horses by big margins, and that was a classic case there of that happening. The next question.
2 straight, Gloaming 19, Ajax 18 straight, Carbine and Burner 15 straight, Farlap 14 he strung together in a row, Tulloch 12, Black Caviar 12 of course, and she remains unbeaten as I said, and Kingston Town 11. The international winning streaks, a horse called Kensum won 54 straight in the 1870s in Hungary and remained unbeaten.
There they are, $1.20, $1.20, $1.20. But it's all about this wonderful mare. Bruce Clark and I had the, for the punter's sake, she has been heavily backed.
Call it and Black Piranha. They're going to the 600 metres and Haylist and buffering. Nolan not taking any chances. He peels out 3 deep on Black Caviar. 2 lengths away, Elf the Fat Melito. No evidence needed. Black Piranha. Bullet. They're coming around the bend and Haylist the length. Black Caviar, she made the corner awkwardly, but Nolan said, let's go, and coming to the 300, Black Caviar sprinted up on the outside of Haylist, and they're followed by buffering, but Black Caviar is the leader. She got away from Haylist with 100 metres left to go. Start number 13, unlucky for some, not for this one. Black Caviar raced away and beat Haylist. A mile back third is a 3-way photo. There's nothing between them. No evidence that needed, and the photo is off. All and sundry. Well, she scrambled around the corner. She didn't get around it at all. And look at Haylist. Have a look at Haylist. He's beaten the rest of them by an absolute furlong, and she's tackled him again.
In Dale, Brisbane Racecourse. And that goes back to Kingston Town, might and power, and that's as big as you get. I think the build-up to the day and the fact that the mare delivered in front of a capacity crowd here at Doomben day, I'd say, is the most exciting day I've ever spent in my race broadcasting career, or even as a kid going to the...
I just endorse Alan's comments. You know, she's the most incredible thing that I've ever been on 4 legs, and you know, probably one of the best. Well, it was the best racing I've ever been to in my career.
$1.10 and $1.04. Tats still is
106 on the track for Black Caviar.
and she's just doing what she wants to do.
Yeah, look, she remains, and this is one of the major reasons they came here. These people wouldn't be able to take 106, 107, 110, whatever. They're just here.
Just trying to get onto her stablemate, and Rara Kane last the inside. Karuta Queen nears the 500 by a length and a half. Black Caviar's moving into second on the outside of Platinum Sky, then Cool Grinder, Morgan Dollar. 2 lengths further back is Sterling Grove, Tassos. Rara Kane is last, and Black Caviar's moved to the lead coming around the home turn ahead of Karuta Queen. Cool Grinder's trying to run on down the outside, and then Morgan Dollar and Platinum Sky down on the inside. But it is all about Black Caviar. She went past the 200, lengthening by 4 lengths. Away she goes. What a champion. 14 straight, and she's up there with the greatest ever. Black Caviar won it by 4.5. Second, Karuta Queen, Sterling Grove third. And then came Platinum Sky and Morgan Dollar. Cool Grinder couldn't go on. Rara Kane, Tassos at the end. Isn't it just wonderful to watch?
Absolutely, Greg. Words don't need to describe that performance. Punters cheering here on track and clapping and applaud assignment to do it. I mean, obviously there's plenty in the tank. You say this is the best campaign that she will have.
Listen, I think so. I think she's a fully mature horse. She's developed into a very imposing horse, and you know, I think you know, maybe the world's her oyster this racing season.
If we're on that, one and run second, there'll be a race for
around. No, it's not. Sometimes racing's not about the punt. Unless you've got about $1 million on it. Here's the prices. Let's have a look what's happening. $1.04 on Victor, $1.04. And started a lot closer, but she gets slower the more she walks around.
Couldn't care less, could she? She just more than this. It doesn't go any lower than 105. So for that, Reid, 103. Okay, punters, 103 she is. And she's $1, Bruce.
33 to 1 on. We're getting to Ajax territory here.
So the Schweppes field comes down the side. Doubtful Jack, the leader, about a length in front of Black Caviar. A length and a half Scenic Blast on the inside, and here the Angel staying in touch with them as they go by the school. Doubtful Jack, the leader. Nolan just slips the great mare a little bit more leather, and she gets up within a neck of the leader. Here the Angels cheekily got up a length and a half third, and Scenic Blast is last, but she takes over the running now, Black Caviar, and kicks away. This is the great acceleration we come to see. Into the straight she goes, and if you've come to see the greatest, here she is. Black Caviar opening up by about 5 or 6 lengths. 15 straight, she just keeps trotting them out, and she probably hasn't had many easier than that. Black Caviar won it by about 5 on the line. To Doubtful Jack, here the Angels, and Doubtful Jack, here the Angels.
What more can be?
Look, you're watching the best sprinter in the history of this country, and that in itself is something to savour. It's getting easier for her because the opposition's getting worse. Peter Moody's having to nominate a stablemate just so that if everything else drops out at acceptance time, they'll still run the race. She's enormous.
Well, she's an absolute champion. Yeah. A great call. Love the call, Greg Miles. What else can you say?
She'll build any colours up. You know, she is the best horse over 6 furlongs we'll ever see.
Well, she won't.
That's just because that's what we do. I can tell you she's unworkable. But you know,
They'd like the walk up the Warrnambool Hill only triple and 4 times as many, and far more coming in.
Caviar sitting well.
They're racing. Black Caviar gets a pretty good getaway. Patinack and Midsummer Music towards the end. 800 left to go, and it's buffering the leader. Black Caviar sitting well away from the rails. Looked to be idling along in second placing. Tracked up then by Katana. Response in the red cap over on the outside, and then Scenic Blast, Midsummer Music, and Patinack is at the end of the field. So it's buffering only narrowly. Black Caviar at the 400 metres actually might have taken over the running here. Black Caviar in front now from buffering Katana, Scenic Blast, Response, Midsummer Music. They pass the 300 metres, and Luke Nolan hasn't released the brakes on the great mare. Out she goes. She's 3 lengths in front now. The Wonder Mare. Black Caviar now by 3, opening right up on buffering and Katana. But the mighty champion is going to make it 16 straight. We've never seen the like of her before. Black Caviar won it by 3 buffering, stayed on for second. Midsummer Music, Katana.
Getting a sweet 16 in a row, eclipsing the record of Turf Legends Carbine and Burnborough. What more
can be said. That was simply a stroll in the park and the easiest 600,000.
Because that's all this is. It's not their fault. They've got the greatest sprinting mare in the world. There's no doubt. I don't think she'll ever be beaten. She is unbelievable. All of that. But it's not racing now. She's just too good.
Caviar cheers when I've found Aaron.
A lot of kids are up on their mums and dads, mainly their dad's shoulders, looking over, waiting for Black Caviar to come in. It's something that a lot of people, when they walk away from this night tonight, it will burn in their memory forever. That's
who make up the field. Number one is the stablemate.
She has the perfect stats. She is in the line of fifth horse in the world of racing to go through this campaign or her whole career without being defeated. There are
Don't forget, it's Sportingbet. They let a bloke on for 1.3 million to win 52,000. Listen, 52 sounds a lot. The race call it too when you get to call these horses and.
They're off. And Black Caviar jumps evenly down on the inside. Zeddy Knight tries to go with her in the early part. And indeed, Luke Nolan said, you can have the lead. I'll sit back third. And Zeddy Knight at the 600, a half in front. On the outside, Doubtful Jack. A length and a half away then is the great mare Black Caviar. She's just idling along. 2 lengths from the leaders. And then 2 lengths further back is Hollow Lee, Sound Journey, Rock Classic on the rail. Here comes the champion. And she's raced up and gone to the lead around the home turn now. Black Caviar put paid to Zeddy Knight. And then Doubtful Jack, but the crowd roaring for one of the greats of the world. Into the straight she comes, Black Caviar, opening up by 3 lengths. Zeddy Knight boxing on well, but here she is, 17 straight, the invincible one. Black Caviar won it by 3. Zeddy Knight second, 4 lengths, Doubtful Jack, followed in by Rock Classic, Sound Journey, Hollow Lee, and
It's not so much a race anymore. It becomes an event with Black Caviar. The massive William Hill put up markets. It's amazing that straight up they went 6-1 that both you, Black Caviar, 2006, tweeted. And Frank will remain unbeaten in 2012. Shark, are you happy to take the 6-1 there?
Oh, very happy, and I'm very glad that I.
What about this one?
What you'd have to say was a moderate lot. Look at it. She's just poetry in motion. Look at this. This is beautiful to watch.
It's a track gallop.
It's not a track gallop because she's only a 10th outside, just over a 10th outside the course record.
Look at her. He's only just rubbing his hands up and down her neck. That's what they do in track gallops.
It's unbelievable.
It is amazing what she does. It is surprising that she.
The market? Well, does it really matter in this day and age with her? $1.10, eh? $1.10 strides over 200 metres in the average racehorse.
But now it's $1.06. You're taking that for your
punters have just come maybe for this hour either side of it. Just to kids have come along. They can't have the whole day here.
Mike Simons, Dan, you haven't let anybody down. You've come here in your drives. This is more than a Caulfield Cup crowd for mine.
They're off. Black Caviar, probably one of the best getaways we've seen of her. Doubtful Jack beat her out, but she's right up there with Dan Xylem and Midas Touch. She settles down fourth, about a length off the lead, which is dawdling at the early part of the race. Out wide, pulling his way around them, and then Southern Speed and Efficient back last. So Dan Xylem had the lead now, going to the side of the course, a length and a half, Midas Touch. In on the rails in third, placing Doubtful Jack. And fourth on the outside is Black Caviar, idling along about 3 lengths away from the leader. Then Playing God, Precedence, Elo, Southern Speed and Efficient is last of all, 8 lengths from the front runner. At the 600, Dan Xylem the leader. Midas Touch is second, a length and a half away. Doubtful Jack. Nolan hasn't gone yet on the great mare, Black Caviar. She's creeping into it. Tracked up by Playing God, Elo, Precedent, Southern Speed and Efficient. Now they're on the swing. Black Caviar within a length of the leader, which is now Midas Touch, who claimed Dan Xylem. Into the straight now, Black Caviar. The awesome racehorse races to the front. She's kicked away now. She's home. She's 3 lengths clear. Playing God is running on. Southern Speed is making ground, but the pride of Australia is the greatest show on earth. Black Caviar won it by 3 lengths to Southern Speed, Playing God, and then either Elo, Doubtful Jack or Midas Touch across the track. Jack or Midas Touch across the track. Dan Xylem in by.
We feel privileged to having called this great mare in a race.
Yeah, look, this is, and they've seen one of the greatest mares the world's ever seen. That's number 18.
You don't see that, though, Shark, do you? You don't see those scenes at Caulfield Cup Day. You don't see it. I mean, people have become fans of racing, which is different to being a paying punter. I know you didn't pay yesterday, but
Absolutely. Yeah. The thing I love about it is that the crowd's united behind one horse.
It's like Usain Bolt. He looks like he's doing half pace when he's breaking 10 seconds. So
she might well be the equine version of Usain Bolt.
Was there ever a time early days, perhaps in training?
Saying she's our champion. I don't think I've seen one better. And what about London? They've got their main course of the Olympics this year, but what an entree they're going to have with Black Caviar arriving.
More Lightning Stakes, and she's the hot favourite. Although the totes are saying $1.50 at this stage. The bookies are saying $1.10, and they've got plenty here today. $1.10 on tats at this stage. We'll get Sam's thoughts on how he parades in the yard. Hayley is the champ. Black Caviar. Do I need to say anything here, Shane?
No. What do we need to say? That she's very, very, very good, and she's at 9 out to 11 on course, so gets to those double fit. Black Caviar $1.10 hasn't budged.
They're off and racing. Black Caviar brilliantly out of the barrier stalls, and Lone Rock jumped well, and so did Haylist, and the 3-year-old Fox Wedge was away quickly. Buffering being ridden along to try and take a position near the speed as well as they settle down. And it's Black Caviar who has a slender lead with Haylist on her outside. Haylist now going to the lead ahead of Black Caviar, and Buffering in the blue colours on the far side, the leading trio. And they were clear then from Fox Wedge, Temple of Boom, Feeling Ready, Lone Rock, Secret Flyer and Metallurgical to the 400. And Haylist closest to the stands, the leader with Black Caviar. Buffering's under the whip and 3 lengths to Fox Wedge. Down in the final 300, and Haylist clinging on narrowly, but now here comes the great mare, and Black Caviar raced up, and she's gone past Haylist. Schofield had to pull the whip. She's having a bit of a race, but Black Caviar is a length and a half in front, and the wonder from down under wins again. Black Caviar 19 straight from Haylist. Photo third, Fox Wedge and Buffering. Lone Rock, Temple of Boom, Feeling Ready, Metallurgical and Secret Ready, Metallurgical and Secret Flyer.
Well, all honours to Haylist, who made it a great fight, but again had to surrender to the champion. Black Caviar surrender to the champion. Black Caviar comes out to make it 19 straight. She was there for the fight, and she makes it look soft in the end. A superstar, an Australian legend she is now. No horse has been undefeated in 19. She equals the Australian record of 19 consecutive wins. Where will 20 be? Well, let's not worry about that right now. Let's worry. She'll again. She never disappoints.
Speaking of something special, she's only .03 outside of Special's course record. She has been given the race of her life today by Haylist. He really threw down the gauntlet.
Yeah, exactly. You know, anytime she's been up for a fight, and he's the only horse that's ever made her fight, and, you know, all due respect, he's a great horse, isn't he? But he's just unfortunate in an era that he's run into an equine freak, I suppose.
Take my hat off to that man. She's bloody wonderful, and she really toughs it out, you know. And you know, yeah, she touched me, you know. She really, the chips were down, and she showed a lot of courage, you know. And
Specials tape and run it through your system and let us know what time she actually ran. We want to know if this is a record.
Let's see horses run this. 31.78, 21.80 and 11.40 when Luke's put the handbrake on there again. 41.99 for 800 metres.
Yeah, it's truly incredible. And
just her own sectional splits there when we're still another one for Vince. Any horse has broken 10 seconds between a furlong. 600 to 400 metres, she's run 9.98. So Mark Kavanagh.
Her heads, she reeled off extraordinary sectionals without breaking the record yesterday at Flemington. Ronnie, amazing performance.
It was an amazing performance. She went in for a fight, she got a fight, and she come out on top again and again.
Run one sectional, officially clocked at under 10 seconds. 9.98. I've never seen it before. I mean, sectionals have only been around for the last decade or so, but 9.98, I haven't seen it before.
Should they keep record of special?
Don't forget, Black Caviar will be showing you her race, the Sportingbet Classic. Look at that crowd at Morfordville. Absolutely chock-a-block to see the great mare go for 20 wins from 20 starts. And they're just behind the gates. He always loads her into the gates. He's got the Black Caviar colours. Peter Moody.
Right up is last. Nolan keen to come off the pace. He allows the other two to go clear. At the 650 metre mark, it's just Sybil down on the inside, leading from Specific the outside. Black Caviar, she sits 2 lengths away, third from Shekinah. Then came Power Princess from Tabulated Sistine Angel. Then came Lone Rock from Valentine Miss, and last is All Fried Up. They're on the home turn. The anticipation is starting to build. Black Caviar goes up and hits the lead. On the outside, Power Princess is trying to match her. At the 250, Nolan's got a stranglehold on Black Caviar. She looks at the 30,000 strong crowd and says, geez, I'm good. No, I'm not good. I'm the best you've ever seen in the world. Black Caviar, she's better than a perfect 10. She comes on. Geez, 20 out of 20. Caviar, full lengths. Great go for second. Sistine Angel got it for mine. Photo third between Flower Princess and Lone Rock. Too close to...
Living was in 1919 to 1921. And
Better off asking Mark about a few.
as a goal,
Mark saw him run.
1915 to 1917. So this has been a 3-year odyssey for Black Caviar up to 20 now. And picked the names of the turf there. Winning margin average, 3.5 lengths. That's about good enough.
Cloft as the little kids again dressed in the Black Caviar silks. The flags are there behind, and the race due to start at 10 to 5 our time, Eastern time. Of course, that's 4:20 South Australian time. Have a look at the crowd there at the totes too. Black Caviar, well, she is a dollar favourite, dollar even money. New South
Runners, particularly Under the Sun,
and Black reigns supreme there at Morphettville. They've had a huge day's racing as well, and you can
set to go. Racing. And Catapult had missed the start by a couple of lengths, and Black Caviar was out well. Goes up to eyeball the early leader, Outlandish Lad, and we hold the ace, and the Great Mare's going to lead. Streetcar Magic's outside of her, being on towards the 600. We hold the ace, the 300 to 1 outsider. Black Caviar has the neck, now the body in front. She goes clear. Then Streetcar Magic from Outlandish Lad. Further back came Go the Knuckle, catapulted along the inside, and Sterling Grove is wider as they make the home turn. Then came out wider on the track, We're Gonna Rock. At the 350, it's Black Caviar leading, about a half length in front of Streetcar Magic. Nolan sits quietly. And down the outside, We're Gonna Rock's coming home well. Black Caviar 2 in front. We're Gonna Rock's up to second. Sterling Grove goes to third. He hasn't moved on Black Caviar. Black Caviar, the equine superstar of the world. And that's 21 today. Won by a length and a half. We're Gonna Rock was gallant. What a great run. Third, Sterling Grove, 5 away. Fourth, Streetcar end of the field. The time is roughly 1:10.3.
And she'll go to England and beat them there.
Yeah, she got the 21st celebration, that is for sure. Black Caviar.
Picking up win number 21.
Yeah, congratulations to Adelaide too, Joe. They put on a show there. I think everyone was happy. And for them to get that crowd back twice just shows you the power of Black Caviar. And it looked
Black Caviar, yes. Record for winning margins, and she doesn't have to.
No, she does not. 21 today and couldn't blow a candle out. She was just didn't raise a sweat there. And, Australia Post the other day and bought a folder of Black Caviar stamps for $12.95. You get the 20 wins on each stamp. It's well worth getting, you know.
Just there are millions of flags, ties, Australians. It's unlike any day I can remember.
It is, and you know, Federation Square, we're hopefully going to see a couple of thousand people brave the cool conditions and come and watch Black Caviar, hopefully cross the fingers, storm to victory.
There we are, and that's Black Caviar. What we like that? Why is nothing drifting? You
Front, let's see her win in the place in ruck. That's what we want.
They're racing in the Golden Jubilee, and Black Caviar's got away to a good start. Society Rock began badly. Soul is going to be the early leader. Out in the centre, Black Caviar travelling on the near side, getting a lead. Yankee, then Serious Prospect, who's at the tail of the field as they race up now towards halfway. And Soul the leader from Bogart, and now Black Caviar ambling up on the near side in third. They're a length to Escalade, followed by Krypton Factor and Jimmy Stars and Restia d'Argent, and further back is Yankee. But as they come up now onto the course proper, 2 furlongs left to go. Soul is the leader. Now Nolan starts to shake the reins at Black Caviar. She starts to move up on the near side. She draws level now with a furlong left to go. Now he says go on the mare. She gets about a half length in front of Soul. Restia d'Argent, Moonlight Cloud coming home fast, but it's Black Caviar in front with 100 yards left to go. Here's Restia d'Argent and Moonlight Cloud. He eases up near the line. Here's Moonlight Cloud. It's tight. Black Caviar and Moonlight Cloud in a photo. In third, then Restia d'Argent, followed by Soul. Further back is Krypton Factor, and then Serious Prospect back in the field from Society Rock. Bogart the last to finish. He has eased near the line, and this is tight. Black Caviar flashing home down the outside.
My goodness, drama. The cheers went up for Black Caviar. She looked to have the race in the bag, but on the line, I think she's
About her business, and we've got 2 finishes down this side, and just now he's coming to the line. He thinks he's home and home. He stops riding, then all of a sudden they're on top of the line. Oh my word, that could have been a disaster. Bad, that couldn't.
Nigel trade Betfair SB of 1.27, traded at 1.98 in running. The most traded horse in a race in Betfair's 12-year history, of the £13.2 million traded on the Diamond Jubilee, an amazing 12.6 million centered on Black Caviar. That is enormous money. And anyone on the Black Caviar Royal, but we'll be back here
Next run and winner today. So we're extremely proud of her. She's 22 for 2022. It's never been about margins. It's never been about dominance. Heard you talking.
Was watching overnight is Black Caviar at Royal Ascot. An extraordinary performance. Almost came undone on the line.
Unbelievable, Joe. Amazing scenes. The drama, the debate, the theatre. It was just what this mare's done for world racing is just something that I've never seen ever, and I'll probably never see it again. She's brought world racing to a standstill. Got her in order, but clearly she wasn't at her best. What a great call from the caller there, a graphic race call from that fellow that called it. Of her, you had Frankel drawing 40,000 to Royal Ascot on the first day. She drew 80,000 on there on the last day. So it just shows you the power of Black Caviar, which
Gota, never barrack of Royal Ascot, Gota. Never barrack so hard in my life in the last 100 metres of a race without having a bet. And to just but on ratings and times, and they're not everything, but she had to win. If she ran up to her best, that's a 6 or 7 length victory. So that's how far she was below her best.
Well, in his career, Black Caviar wearing number 6 saddlecloth for the Black Caviar Lightning. The betting, well, it's $1.10 out to $1.10 on course. Of course, when she came out of the tunnel here and onto the walkway onto the track here, the demeanour looks like the Black Caviar of old. She that languid walk that she has, and of course into 2,
Black Caviar going for the third straight lightning win, and just to continue this amazing.
Racing. Black Caviar jumps well down in gate 2 alongside of Golden Archer and also Moment of Change, and Sham Express had begun pretty well. Go the Knuckle dropped in. Satin Shoes is showing speed out wide on the course, and so too Scent Express. And First Command drops in for the trail. They stretch across the track after covering about 300 metres. Black Caviar in control down near the inside. She's in front of Sham Express in the pink colours, Moment of Change and Golden Archer on the inside of the great mare. Satin Shoes is out wide on the course. She's being sooled along at this point, followed by Go the Knuckle, Scent Express, First Command. Black Caviar completely in control. It's the Black Caviar of old, all right. Coming to the 200 metres, 2 to 3 lengths in front. Luke Nolan hasn't moved on her. It's awesome. She's clear then from Moment of Change and Golden Archer, but she's back. And the legend lives on. Black Caviar by 2.5, Moment of Change. Golden Archer's run third. Moods is trifecta to the course. Then Satin Shoes and Go the Knuckle. Satin Shoes and Go the Knuckle. Shamix.
55.42 under a throttle hold. She's invincible. Win number 23. A privilege to be here and watch it. And a great performance from all at Moody Racing to get her back up, how that she is, to deliver an equine athletic performance, which also breaks the record.
She's broken the course record.
Course record's gone.
She's broken Special's course record, coming back from injury. Absolutely hard held. If it's possible, Sammy, it's as good a win as she's had. I mean,
Tony Hayden and his team at home. A little bit emotional for the first time. It's just, shit, it's good to have her back.
But in more ways than one, Pete, because
was she going to come back? Was she going to be as good as she was? I think she's every bit as good as she was. And the relief and the celebration afterwards, people just behind to the people next to me and said, yeah, how good was that? And you're just immediately looking forward to the next time we can see her.
Raced overnight. Plus, they're the sectional times. They're smashing. Special's record's gone. That was set in stone. You just watch this with great admiration of a supreme athlete here, Shark, don't you?
Stats and the records, one thing.
Trying to work out the sectional from the 400 to the 200. It's got to run at about 10.16 from the 4 to the 2.
0.7 lengths, about an average of 3 lengths and a bit every run. So this great race to race. Might be a race, won't it? It'll be a.
I remember.
They put the market up, isn't it? There's a favourite market out in places. Third to see. I mean, I saw her Tuesday and I saw her Wednesday morning. The coach never looked better, and that swagger is well and truly there. Has it already been?
I thought the crowd was terrific there. They were quite awesome.
Well, Bruce, it's quite an extraordinary build-up, the likes of which I've never witnessed before. It's something. Black Caviar jumps evenly with them. Lucky Grey away very fast. And also Karuta Queen going for the lead. And Black Caviar idled up on the outside to settle third. Length and a half in front. Black Caviar strode up into second placing from Spirit of Boom deeper out third, and then Lucky Grey fourth. They're followed then by Linton, a Good Barbar and Faulkner, who's in the middle. Up the side they race. Karuta Queen only narrowly now from Black Caviar. Spirit of Boom staying on. Lucky Grey still handy enough fourth the inside, and they're followed then by Faulkner, Good Barbar, and Linton last on the inside. Nolan hasn't asked yet, and Karuta Queen coming to the turn about a neck in front. He's idling on the outside on Black Caviar, and now he gives her a bit of rain, and Black Caviar strides to the lead ahead of Karuta Queen. She's broken the field up, and before they knew it, she was 3 lengths in front, Black Caviar now from Karuta Queen and Lucky Grey. But this is brutal power wrapped in an elegant machine, and Black Caviar strides away to win it by 4 lengths. Karuta Queen getting home. Faulkner will grab third ahead of Linton and Lucky Grey, and behind them Spirit of Boom and Good Barbar. And the Queen joins the King. 14 Group 1s, win number 24.
Outstanding. The crowd gets what they came to see, and the fireworks go off here at Moonee Valley. A spectacular end to night racing, but not an end to the career of this mighty mare. 24 straight. Well, the future. Oh, worry about that down the track. It was an effort.
Yeah, no, listen, it's just great, isn't it, to see the people out here and to see her put on a wonderful show. You know, that's what it's about now. It's not about the wins. It's about the great publicity she gives for sport in general, but for our industry.
The machines can't tip out $1.05, so it's officially $1.03. 33 to...
So the great mare walked out from the tunnel and into Black Caviar, the short price favourite, to win her second TJ Smith Stakes against a quality field of sprinters here. As far as the best breed out of Helsing, we know that breeding so well. She's beaten 35 Group 1 winners in her career, including Slipper, Cox Plate, Caulfield Cup winners. She's won 14 Group 1s. The half brother made $5 million.
So strong. She's an ox. She's number 9 Black Caviar, 116 into 114, back to $1.16. Seaside
Possibly can here with the reduced capacity pretty much on ground or first or second floor level here at Randwick this afternoon.
Stand by, they're off and racing. And Bell Sprinter came out last of all. Black Caviar began well. Rain Affair was the best into stride. How Much Do You Love Me going up on the outside. Nolan's bringing Black Caviar along the inside to settle down in third spot. Big Force just up in front of it, followed by Title and Sea Siren. Bell Sprinter saving ground. Now he's railing up onto the back of Black Caviar, followed further back by Epaulet. And on the lookout last of all, Nolan trying to get away from the inside to avoid being boxed up here. And the leader, Rain Affair, led from Haylist on the outside. Black Caviar in the centre. And How Much Do You Love Me on the inside of them, followed by Bell Sprinter. He's worked up to midfield, followed by Decision Time, and then Title Atomic Force, followed by Sea Siren Epaulet, and further back on the lookout, Rain Affair kicked away at the stop of the straight. Nolan asking the mare to come after him now, and in a heartbeat she raced up and hit the lead. She's giving Sydney some of the black magic, and look at her go, Black Caviar. She raced away. She's going to set a new Group 1 record in Australia. She's truly in a league of her own. Black Caviar racing away from Epaulet. Black Caviar doesn't let us down. Beat Epaulet. Third home Bell Sprinter. And then Rain Affair, Sea Siren, Decision Time. Followed further back by How Much Do You Love Me?
Look out. 25 from 25. Let's get down to Bruce Clark with the connections.
Lost for words, Bruce, but that's the best field she's ever met, they tell me. Listen, I'm just really pleased that she's put on one hell of a show for the big crowd that have come out here. Sydney haven't had the pleasure of...
5 straight, 15 Group 1s. That eclipses Kingston Town. 8 in a row. That eclipses Burnborough. She's a stats machine. Better than that, she's a racing machine.
She genuinely touches me. When did you realise?
About a 25, the most Group 1s of any Australian galloper. 15 now, 15 Group 1s, takes her past Kingston Town. What a pleasure to have her in Sydney.
Wow. In all my time in racing, I've never seen people line Allison Road there taking pictures and videos and clapping, and they're the people that couldn't get into the track. They're lining the roads of Sydney to see her. It was just amazing stuff. This is that pony very lucky.
I just want to say, I enjoyed this win more than any other win, perhaps, because she was forced to race and not just allowed to do whatever she liked. And she had to go to a top, and we don't see her at a top all that often or for all that long in a race. And she did have to go to a top. And the plan A didn't work. They had to go to plan B with her, and she's a champion. She's good enough to get over that. So the two races I've enjoyed most in her career have both been at Randwick. I've enjoyed the TJ Smith twice. I think it's been the two pro. It's been to Greg.
The last win was probably better than the first. That's the way a champion deserves to go out. I'm just privileged that I've been able to work with such a wonderful horse, a wonderful group of people. The owner, and then she will go into the next phase of her life, being a mum. Who will she go to? That's another great story.
There you go. 25 starts, 25 wins, 15 Group 1s. That's an Australian racing record. 8 in a row. That's an Australian racing record. Not enough prize money, although 8 million is not too shabby. And that's some
horse, a wonderful group of people. The owner, and then she will go into the next phase of her life, being a mum. Who will she go to? That's another great story.
There you go. 25 starts, 25 wins, 15 Group 1s. That's an Australian racing record. 8 in a row. That's an Australian racing record. Not enough prize money, although 8 million is not too shabby. And that's some.
Black Caviar unbeaten racing legend passes away at 17. On August 17, 2024, a day before her 18th birthday, Black Caviar's owners announced her passing. She was euthanized after complications from laminitis. Victories, an Australian record, she became an icon in the world of horse racing. Black Caviar was the world champion sprinter for 4 consecutive years, 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013, cementing her legacy as one of the greatest sprinters in history. Throughout her career, Black Caviar received numerous accolades, including being rated the world's best horse in various periods by the International Federation of Horse Racing Authorities, IFHA. Her time form rating of 136 places her among the greatest racehorses in history.